Today we have golden curry. With vegetables, potato, aloo, and boiled eggs, and a little bit of lamb on the side, curry lamb. And as you can see, my baby is joining us today. Yo, this sauce is divine. The box on this says medium spicy, but as you all know, that doesn't say spicy to me. So I have some Scotch bonnet pepper. Oh, once you get a hiccup, that means it's hot. I bought the curry in a pack, but this aloo here on the side is my homemade creation. You finished? That's what she's having. Aloo with plenty butter. That's good for the baby. Oh, 2 big pieces. Just take one, love. Just take one. One. I know she likes to fill both her hands. Fry. Try the aloo baby. There. I don't want to have any bones. Plus, it makes little sense if she can't eat the meat. Dog. Okay. Aloo. She seems to want the meat more than the aloo. Okay, have it. So okay, piece. I wonder if I should fiddle with this. Tangle. It'd be easier if I didn't have horn meat to eat. But we do what we must. And if I could turn like this, you can see better. As you can tell, we're not filming in our room today. We're downstairs by the pool, so I'm not sure if you're hearing that background noise and it's disturbing, but you could let me know which room you prefer. I personally like the sound of running water, but I understand from mukbang videos. You know, you're also there just eat the food and the food is the star, so well, sometimes because the baby could be the star. She's a true mukbanger. You're not even seeing her entire face in this. We'll have to do a face reveal later on. Yeah. Yeah, my left leg is falling asleep because she's standing on it. And for some reason, today she is just wanting lift ups. I'm not sure why. Because usually I have the opposite problem. Usually I want to lift her up. But she could get to be such a busybody at times. You want to stand up on me? Okay, now my arm is supporting her. Better on the feet though. For now. You okay? Would you like a piece, my love, of egg? Something we could actually... Or is that spicy for you? No, is it? Or the potato not spicy and you liked it earlier? Yeah, I should have kept her on my leg as long as possible because I don't want her walking. And then she likes to go to the pool behind. And if you'll see that dirty spot in the wall there, that's my dog. He always passes there. I may have to go grab her. She's not supposed to be walking on her own. Okay, she's giving my other dog, trying to give my other dog a treat. But I also just don't like, even if I could see her there, I don't like to multitask because you know your brain could possibly stray. And we don't want to take any risk with the baby, so I'll be right back. Yes. So, we are back. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. So, yes, I was a bit surprised at her sticking on to me when she woke from her nap this morning. Because usually she would want to walk up and down by now. So sometimes we have to be grateful. I don't want this thing moving too much. Yeah, the sauce is just superb. I said in a video before, you know, some people say, oh well, they have no sympathy, you know, if your baby is a bit clingy because I should be sending her to daycare. This whole mommy shaming thing around daycare. She obviously is not in daycare, she's with me. Well, you know, they have this saying, oh, this quote. Judgment is just insecurity dressed up as confidence. Everyone has their own agenda, you know, or their own, not in a terrible way, they just have their own insecurities. So when I say, oh, you know, it could be difficult sometimes, hold on, my love, hold on with a toddler, you know. Oh my goodness, come baby, look at this. Some people, here my love, here. Some people's response is, well, you know, you have her too coddled, she should be in daycare, then she would learn how to, you know, be social, and, you know, as if 2 years don't sometimes have a hard time. you know, what people call tantrums. They have teething going on. They have gas. What is it? You okay, Pepper? Did you run? Come. Oh. Yes. So that was a little, I believe, a little Pepper. I'm not too sure what she was fussing about. Could just have been the potato just was in her throat, or it didn't seem too terrible. I think she got a piece of potato that the pepper was resting on. Yeah, you okay, my love? Yes. So toddlers can be very much, you know, to nurture and love and care for. But that's all part of it. But I do think now, in these times, this is my little quibble. If I have to blame somebody, I would blame society. Because I don't think women in this era or time period, I don't think motherhood and femininity is supported enough. I think if you go out there and you get the career and all that, people will clap. But if now you say you're a stay-at-home mother, and you're with your baby 24/7, well, one, other people don't have the time to dedicate to you and your baby, because obviously they have their own lives. You know, I do expect people to just suddenly fall in love with a random baby that's not theirs, you know. And to love and give to a baby, it probably has to be very close to you. Not necessarily by blood or biology, but you have to have had invested hours to have understanding and patience with a baby. You can easily lose yourself in one moment and the next moment you're fine. Not that I have allowed that to happen, but that's my... Oh, sorry, you were giving me... No, don't eat this one, baby. That was the hot one. Here, love, here. Here, that one was hot. Come. Here, look the meat. Look the meat. Was it hot? But then did you put it back in your mouth. Come, my love. Oh, come. No, but you should have put it back in your mouth. I didn't realize it's the same piece. Here. Here, my love. This is fine. Alright, love. Okay, pause. Okay, I just went for butter for her, but she doesn't seem to want the butter, just the water. I know the butter would help because it's creamy and it is cold. So yes, that's the doggy who just got these scraps. Oh. Okay, so you all see how difficult. So when they say women should work, you have to choose. Women should work, right? But then you need to give up your baby to systemic nurturing and loving provision. And I'm sorry, but I just don't trust. Hold on. Yes, so we are back. The chaos ensues. So yes, I was saying, like a slipper. I was saying, women are guilted into going out to work because, you know, she's lazy, she's non-ambitious. What I've actually had someone say in front of a group of friends about me. Well, strangers, they never really know you personally, which so it doesn't really matter. But it's just an example of, when they say something like, "Oh well, what would she pass on to her daughter?" and things like that, because their society is training women to strictly aim for productivity, um, output for the capitalist agenda. Not to sound too communists and all these things, but I'm just saying that we should aim for a society where both could be achieved. Yes. Okay. So I was on my little rant. I just put her in a little playpen because she is fine in the playpen for a bit. It's not like I have her on me 24/7, right? But because it's good for them to also sit and play with their toys. I'm just not one for like doing it, leaving them for like half an hour and just doing my housework. Luckily, I have my mom to help me with housework and things like that. But I'm just saying, like, in today's society, there's only so much one can provide for a baby when you don't go to daycare, and then when the family life at home is structured whereby you might be the only one with a child, and yeah, you might have some people with children, but they may also have their kids in daycare, so they may not subscribe to your whole like over given nature. What they would say, like, oh, just put her down for like an hour, leave her be, or just let her cry. Like, that's another thing I don't subscribe to. Come, have some butter, love. Here, love. If you're hungry, she actually likes butter. Yes. Oh, my butter. I'll have to wash that after. Yeah. I don't subscribe at all to the let them cry it out method. I think that's archaic, barbaric, needs revision. Because babies have too much of a blueprint from nature. I mean, they are intelligent beings. They are designed to communicate in ways with you where verbal communication is non-existent for them. They are not trying to be manipulative. As a lot of folk from the older generation and this generation, I notice, like to advise against, don't let her manipulate you. It's crazy talk to me. I just say, okay. But, but I do try to post whatever I could here and there on the topic. Here. Because I just think of all the babies that are misunderstood. Because when you become a parent, you'll realize you feel for other babies. Because I guess you might imagine it. What if it was your own? So I don't ever want a baby to be misunderstood for being naughty or trying to provoke a parent, or there's just strange people out there who have those sentiments. a piece of egg. Here, my love. This egg, Mama. Yeah. I'll probably do some eggs for her without the sauce because it's okay, yeah. It's good. Yeah, so I will not send my baby to daycare. No judgment on the people that have to. Because of work and single moms who don't have the help. I can empathize with that. But otherwise, there's no need if you are the mother and you decided to bring this individual into the world, you know, it's your responsibility to give it the utmost best start in life. But of course, a lot of people are not trying to be, you know, is detrimental to the child. Is just out of pure ignorance. So that's why I would say, just ladies, try and use, you know, intuition. If you see your baby crying and it hurts you and you want to stop it, and some elder or somebody say like, don't spoil the child, just be like, let me just go with my gut, right? And as my dad always used to tell me, always question authority, society, any group of people in power. Just question their motives. Most times, like, why? Like, they would not have your best interest. Like, why would they? If they are the powerful ones, like, why? Yeah, that's probably such a cynical way to look at life. But oh my goodness, come! You want another piece? Here, big nice piece here. Allow me for the baby. Yes. Yeah. But as I'm older now, I realize I rather vie on the side of cynicism than naivety, because I have a daughter to protect and, you know, show her the ropes. What? No. Hold on. Yeah. So, yeah. So my thoughts might be scattered all over because obviously doing a few things at a time. So I'll just leave that thought where it was because I'm not even sure where I left off. And I just had to rotate because the lighting shifts downstairs here throughout the day. So I just gave her some cold yogurt. That is helping with not only the pepper but the distraction. I should have thought of that before. I feel kind of bad that I give her pepper like on 3 occasions because I thought the pepper was resting here, but somehow, maybe by just touching it, but I probably can't tell the difference. I should have known between a slight change in pepper. But to somebody who hasn't had pepper, these peppers, maybe if they just touch an area, I would imagine it would spread the heat very easily. So that was not very wise on my part. Sorry, baby. It wouldn't happen again. But we live and we learn. Especially with parenting. You can't dwell too much on a mistake. Probably not good to go down that road. See everything as a learning a learning curve. That'll just better you. To be more present, understanding, all those things. Mama should have taught her that a long time, baby. Poor thing. I'll go and take her for an extra play after. Sweating from the pepper now. My hair has coconut oil. So if you're wondering what is that, that's what that is. I rubbed her down yesterday. Or was it the day before? Two nights so far, because I got a new bottle from my cousin who sells. So because of the bleach in the pool, I'm applying it to our hair and our skin. No, why does this seem like so much? I now remember that I added rice. My potato is bomb. And it didn't take very long to make it. It's something, what we call in Trinidad, ruku. I think the scientific name is amaranth or something like that. But we call it ruku. It's a red liquid, so I just put that first for visuals, and then I just put, normally I don't like to cook with sugar, but I was rushing and something went through my mind, and I was like, let me just do the thing like a East, oh yes, I was like, just try do it like a bit of a East Indian curry, because I intended to have it with yogurt, which we don't have in West Indies here. So I was being a bit adventurous and trying to create a bit of an East Indian curry. So I said, let me add a little sugar, because their curries are usually a bit sweeter. Whereas I find in the Caribbean, the Indians here make their curries more savory. So with the potato, the ruku, a little bit of sugar, and then I added butter to the end. And that was it. So salted butter. And so you could add salt to taste. I probably would have, but as I said, I really did not have time. Okay, my baby needs bathroom break. Bye again. Okay, y'all. I'm burnt for the day. That pepper, ingesting that pepper and then running up and down behind a toddler is not it. Not recommended. Yeah, so this, I mean, we got a good bit done though. I mean, I would have liked to continue my rant about women not being supported in society to produce children, because the dilemma is you grapple with your guilt um, of sending your newborn baby. Some people is even 6 months after the baby is born, or 3 months, because you get 3 months leave, which is insanity. And you are sending this vulnerable little child who can't speak, walk, talk, anything, can't even fathom a thought if someone does something to them. Again, people say, oh, that's such a dark place to be, to view the world as such, but I'm like, no, that's informed. The statistics are out there. And even not for the most disastrous outcomes, you know, as I said, if you're just looking for, you want to give your child the best outcomes, like, why not spend some friggin' time with them? Like, why not just hold your baby and give it milk when it cries for, and not have it with some stranger and it be on formula milk, because mothers have to go and earn a living and pay for a fancy car and wear the nicest clothes so they could go work in the office, and you know. And the irony here, I'm doing what I'm judging, so because I'm trying to make, but I'm trying to make a little, this is also a hobby of mine, and if I could get some passive income from it, that would be great. So, you know, you don't want to be fully dependent on someone as well, like the child's father. You never, as a woman, want to be, or anybody, woman or man, you never want to be fully dependent. So, you know, you should always do something to have a little independence. But I don't think that something should come at the risk of like providing you with too much, where you sacrifice most of your time and, you know, hire somebody to essentially replace you, the mother. So, okay, she's fine again. And I'm sort of rested again. So, yeah. So, I think society is conditioning our young women to not have babies. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but oh well. And luckily, my dad a couple of years ago suggested to me, like, you know, you should have a child soon, eventually, because my biological clock would have been approaching. As funny as that sounds. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think my dad was a bit of a slight traditionalist in some senses, because I believe his father worked and his mom stayed at home with the 4 or 5 children, and he told me he would just his father would bring home the check, hand it to the mother, and then she would dispense with it. So I know many men now will not take on that dynamic, but I do empathize with men as well. It's very difficult for men to support any family or woman in this climate as well. So that's why I believe it's systemic. I don't think any one party or person is trying to be, you know, manipulative or destroy society or the family life. I think it just comes from top down. And the ripple effect is just that, yeah, men have to be a little more selfish with their money. They have to consider, you know, their retirement plan and How are they going to make? Yeah. Yeah. Go, go. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gum. Mm-hmm. Gum. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't think any mother wants to give her baby away to go out and work. Um, if they really have the experience of both, because some people really are. Until you experience something, we are all ignorant to things. And I don't think any man, if you ask him if he had the option to go out and be the sole breadwinner, and as I say, maybe the wife at home could have something small for a little pocket change, but I think most men would opt to you know, be a manager like long term and be able to support 5 children and a 2-story house and all these things, which is the price of land right now is so out of this world. So the world has definitely changed, and families and family structure is it is keeping up, but that's the scary thing. There's a lack of community, and yes, and women around with the same agendas, you know, like 5 women with babies in one. Don't fall there, baby. Okay, I will end this convo here. Okay, bye.